Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
sometime we have to make Prabhupada sing the details. I don't know when that will happen. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Rama
yes please,
Rama Rama Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare. We will.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale
Hare Krishna. Hare Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Welcome all the devotees. So this is one of the most important and most auspicious way to worship the Lord is through the process of Abhishek. Now, just a brief point of information. You get just as much benefit by watching than you do by bathing. So if you are fully attentive to the bathing ceremony, you're actually bathing the Lord with your bhakti, with your attention. So try to stay as fully attentive to the worship as the Lord is being bathed by so many auspicious substances. Okay, thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamy Niti Namina Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamy Niti Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Nishatarine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadada Sivasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadada Sivasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadada Sivasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadada Sivasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadada Sivasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda
Krishna
Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadada Sivasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadada Sivasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadada Sivasari Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribol, Haribol. Loud, loud.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Sing with me.
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Rama, Gaur Nitai Jaya, Gaur Nitai Jaya, Gaur Nitai Jaya, Gaur Nitai, Gaur Nitai, Jaya Gaur Nitai Jaya, Gaur Nitai Jaya, Gaur Nitai Jaya, Gaur Nitai, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, Prabhupada. Sri Gaur Nitai Kai, Sri Gaur Nitai Kai, Sri Gaur Nitai Kai, Srila Prabhupada Kai, Gaur Premanande.
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Bol. Welcome all the devotees on this very, very auspicious. Volume is a little low, maybe I have to. Thank you, Shamanan Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Welcome everybody on this very, very auspicious occasion of welcoming Sri Sri Gaur Nitai, blessing the family of Manas Prabhu and Niti Mataji in the divine presence of His Holiness Chandramauli Swamy Maharaj ki Jai. So we are so blessed to have Maharaj's continued association from yesterday when we did the wonderful 8-hour Sankirtan Yagya for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada and our Guru Parampara, and the mercy we can see is already showering, and next day Gaur Nitai are coming here to bless us. So we would like to welcome Maharaj again. I would like to hand over to Vanwali Gopal Prabhu to talk a few words. Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, welcome. So I want to briefly take few minutes to talk about His Holiness Chandramauli Swamy Maharaj books. So, we have wonderful books. Maharaj has put in a lot of hard work making to the books of his realizations, experiences, and reflections. We have a wonderful small book which is called Krishna's Way, Natural Living. Last couple of days I've been hearing too much about farm communities along with the temples. So they go hand in hand. And this is the one book. If you want to start a little farm in your backyard or multiple acres of land somewhere farm, this book contains all the Prabhupada quotes and reflections and how to do it. So we would like to devotees to have one copy of these books. There's cost nothing, but you get a lot of information to talk about it. And we have Sri Devi Mataji holding mic. She probably wanted to say something about it.
Yeah, this book is Guru Maharaj's personal reflections as well as his compilation of his lectures on this topic given during the COVID time, when it became very obvious that we need to take seriously the words of Prabhupada in order to have a sustainable lifestyle for the future generations. So it is not just Srila Prabhupada's compilations, which of course are invaluable, but we also get Guru Maharaj's realizations, his wisdom, his experiences as he travels, which will give us the directions how to move forward. So though it's a very small book, it's truly invaluable, and it's coming at practically nothing. I think $10 or something like that. 5. So there you go, even lesser than that. So we encourage everyone to please get a copy and thoroughly read this so that we can increase our awareness of what it will take to move forward in our Krishna consciousness movement. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
So we have another book called Forbidden Voices, and Maharaj has spent a lot of time over the last 3 decades through ISKCON prison ministry, reaching out to inmates in prisons across the world. In the material world, we are all exactly like them. Only thing is we have a very comfortable place. They are in a 4x6 cell. So, but there are jewels there also, because of the Maharaj and other devotees visiting them, cultivating them. So this is Forbidden Voices. These are the words of those inmates who appreciate our effort reaching out to them. So this is another book. If you would like to talk about, think about it, it's here. Then we have Daily Drops of Nectar, Volume 1 and Volume 2. These are all from 2014 all the way to 2022. This has the, you can read like daily, it's like 3-4 sentences. And it's a valuable information you get to reflect upon that day, actually. Sometimes there is too much information we cannot really work upon. But if you have 2-3 sentences, you can move the day reflecting on those and see how it is also affecting for you. So, Mataji, you want to say a couple of words about Daily Drops of Nectar?
Guru Maharaj's reflections are very deep, and his humility is profound, and his love for Srila Prabhupada is immeasurable. So just as Vanmali Prabhu said, reading 2-3 sentences gives us that same desire to have these wonderful Vaishnava qualities and to help us grow in our own Krishna consciousness. So another invaluable book.
So this is the another travel diary. It's Europe and India. This is the new book, I think recently has come out, because I am also seeing first time. So this is Maharaj, as you know, he travels many parts of Europe and India and USA. And we wonder, what's going on outside of Cincinnati or America. So if you read this book, we will know how our ISKCON and Srila Prabhupada movement and how Maharaj is helping not only Cincinnati, not only Pittsburgh, many parts of the world by traveling to various places and helping them.
Jagannath Puri.
Jagannath Puri, India means. So, anything Mataji you want to say? So, we have all these books. They are not that costly. They are anywhere from $5 to $20. And I will be here after the class and throughout the program. And Maharaj is also going to sign books.
Haribo!
So if you taken a book, please come forward after the kirtan, and he will sign, and you can have a few minutes with him.
If you don't have any money, just take a book.
Yeah, if you don't have any money, I think this is the discount.
Or if
100%
you have money and you don't want to give it, take a book anyway.
So let's welcome one more time His Holiness Chandramauli Swamy Maharaj by loudly chanting Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Hare Krishna. That's our movement going forward. Om Agyan Timidandasya Ganajana Salakaya Chaksu Unmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Sri Chaitanya Manobhistam Staptitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadam Mayam Dadati Swa Padantikam Bandeham Shiguro Shilta Padakamalam Shigurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahaganad Raganatam Bitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sarvadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakam Bitamscha Hey Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Brindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Suti Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpa Taruvischa Kripa Sindhu Paevacha Patitanam Bhavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namaho Namaha Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasari Gauda Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. So thank you for coming to this most auspicious occasion, and also giving your blessings and support to the family of Manas and Niti as they welcome the Supreme Lord in the form of Sri Sri Gaur Nitai into their home. When the deity becomes part of the home becomes a mandir. It's no longer a place for taking care of your personal needs, it's a place of worship. So when the Lord is present, then it is more than just a house, it is actually a place of spiritual growth. And so Sri Sri Gaur Nitai, or what was it, Namo Mahavadanaya Krishna Prema Padayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namani Gauda Triste Namaha. They're very kind, they're very merciful. They don't accept any mistakes or offenses that we make in their worship, because they simply came to give their mercy to all the conditioned souls in this age by their association, by the opportunity to worship them, and by their presence in spreading the glories of the Harinam Krishna Mahamantra everywhere. And so, now some of you may not be completely aware of the position of the deity. The scriptures say, Arche Vishnu Siladi Gurushu Nomati Vaishnave Jati Bhuti. That's the first line of 4 lines of a verse from the Padma Purana, which is one of the prime Puranas in the mode of goodness, which describes that one who sees the deity as made of stone, wood, or some material ingredient is not seeing at all. Actually, the verse is very strong in making its condemnation of those who think that the deity is something else than the Lord. The deity is not eternal, but as soon as worship begins, then the Lord actually manifests himself as the form of the deity. And from that point on, we worship the deity as being non-different from the Lord. Non-different, that means not as a representation, but as the Lord himself. There are many stories, pastimes, historical incidents where the deity walks, the deity talks, the deity eats. I can give you so many stories, and they're all very interesting. I'll tell you one particular story which is somewhat relevant to having a deity within your own home. This is in the life of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who in the mood of a sannyasi, although he was the Supreme Lord, he wanted to reach as many conditioned souls as possible. From the position of sannyas, he could do that much more readily and much more easily. And so he took the position of sannyas, and he followed the sannyas dharma, the rules and regulations of that ashram. And he would travel with his disciples to different places, and they would hold kirtan, and sometimes the Lord would also give discourses to a small group of people who came to see him. But one of the rules that he made in his travels is that no one carries any food, no one carries any money. So whatever we need, we get by begging. That was the Lord's mood. And so he had one disciple who was one of three brothers, and his name was Govinda Ghosh. There was Govinda Ghosh, Madhava Ghosh, and Vasudev Ghosh, three brothers. Actually, these three brothers manifested themselves in the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya. They are three gopis that were in association with Krishna when he appeared in Sri Vrindavan. So Lord Chaitanya is Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Radha Krishna Nahiyanya. He's Krishna, but he's in the mood of his pure devotee, Srimati Radharani. So it's the most mysterious and most unique incarnation of the Lord. He's not playing the role of the Lord, he's playing the role of a devotee of the Lord. So he's teaching worship to himself from the position of devotion to himself. It's interesting. And if you read his life, there are many examples on how he explains and how he shows that process of devotion. So he's teaching from the position of a student, although he's the teacher himself. So when he would travel with his disciples and followers, no one was allowed to carry any money or food. So when it came to time to feed Lord Chaitanya, his personal associates would go out and beg. So his personal associate in this one was Govinda Ghosh, one of the Ghosh brothers. And he would go out every day, getting atta and some rice, some vegetables, and he would cook. And then he would offer that to Lord Chaitanya. So this was a regular affair. And after some time, and one day, Lord Chaitanya, after he had finished his meal, he said, "Give me some Maya Balan," which is haritaki. Very powerful digestive. So it wasn't available, so Govinda Ghosh had to go out and beg it. And it took him 2 hours to find it and bring it back. But he had begged enough for more than one day. So he decided, the Lord is going to ask again tomorrow. So I'm going to keep some back so I don't have to make him wait. Making him wait, he was feeling so bad. So he presented half of what he had begged to the Lord. The Lord was very satisfied. And then the next day he went out begging for the bhoga, cooked again, and then the Lord again asked for haritaki. And again, this time he brought it immediately. And Lord Chaitanya said, what is this? Yesterday you took so long, and now you're bringing immediately. How is that? Well, my dear Lord, I didn't want you to wait, so I begged more than yesterday for today. Lord said, not good. You are collecting. You are stocking. This is not the duty of a brahmachari. Therefore, you should get married. Lord Chaitanya was like what we say, soft as a rose and as hard as a thunderbolt when it came to religious principles. And so Govinda Ghosh was thinking, if I get married, I'll lose your association. And he said that to the Lord. He said he didn't want to lose his association. The Lord said, don't be concerned. You'll never lose my association, I promise. So dutifully, after some time, he found a very qualified wife, got married, living in the village. There was one village, it's called Agradreep. It's about 1 hour drive from Mayapur Dham. And you can still go to that place. So he was living there along with his wife. And he would go out and do his occupation and earn, take care of his little griha. And then, after some time, a child was born, a boy. So the boy is growing up now after 4 years. After 4 years. And one day, Govinda Ghosh would every day go down to the Ganga, and he would take his bath before he would begin his activities during the day. So one day he went really early, which was quite dark out. So while he was bathing, he couldn't see much. And when he was in the water, some big log hit him, floated down and hit him. So he picked up the log and he just threw it onto the bank of the shore, finished his bath, and went on with his work. That night, when he went to sleep after coming home, in the dream, the Lord appeared to him and said, I told you I would come to you, and you threw me away. But I'm still here. Go back to the where you took bath this morning, I'm waiting for you. So he went to the same place, and right on the shore was a beautiful deity of Krishna. Beautiful deity. So he was so happy, the Lord had reciprocated, took the deity home, cleaned it up, then started to make regular worship and gave it the name Gopinath. Gave him the name Gopinath. So this went on for some time, and as the child was growing up, he became 5 years old. Govinda Ghosh said to his wife, I think our son should learn how to worship Gopinath. So I'm going to work earlier, and you show him the procedure for offering bhoga. The boy was very dutiful. He went to work, and his mother came, all right, now here's the plate with the bhoga. So you go to the deity room, and you ring the bell, you come in, and you offer your respects to the deity, and she showed him how. And then you plate the plate in front of the deity. You sit down, and she told him a mantra. You chant this mantra, and after you finish chanting the mantra, you ask, my dear Gopinath, please take your food. Okay. So the boy, he learned. He came in, sat down, brought the plate in, chanted the mantras, and then he called, Gopinath, please take your food. So, the boy was thinking, Gopinath's not eating. This is not good. My mother and father will be very upset. I'm supposed to feed you, and you're not eating. Gopinath, eat. So he was petitioning the deity, please eat. And then he started crying. He was really in distraught. I have to please my parents, and you have to eat. If you don't eat, they're going to be angry at me. So Finally, Gopinath spoke to him and said, "Hey, I'm a deity. I don't eat like you, but I eat." No, you gotta eat. You must eat. Gopinath said, "All right, but what you see, don't tell anyone. If you tell anyone, something bad will happen." Ooh, Lord's pretty strong. So the deity ate everything on the plate. There was nothing left. He came out. His mother said, where's the prasadam? And he couldn't say anything because Gopinath told him not to. So he's standing there. His mother said, "Did you hide it?" "No." "Did you eat it?" "No." "Where is it?" He remained quiet. So she was getting a little concerned. Then she thought, I'll wait till his father comes home. He'll deal with this. So Govinda Ghosh came, and she told him the whole story. He went to his son, "My dear son, what happened to the offering, the prasad? Did you eat it?" "No." "There's no dogs can get in here and steal it. That's obvious." "Did you hide it?" "No." "Where is it?" His father started getting very strong because he wanted to teach the boy what is right. And the boy was getting really, because he's only a 5-year-old boy, he was getting a little shaken up by his father's heaviness. And finally he said, "Gopinath ate it." He just blurted it out. And then all of a sudden, the boy started to faint, and he fell over and he died right in front of his father. His father was shocked. My son, he's no more. And he was distraught. He was besides himself with anguish and bewilderment. And he started to pray to Gopinath, "Gopinath, Gopinath, Gopinath, why have you taken my only son, Gopinath?" So then he ran into the deity room and fell at the Lord's feet and started offering prayers. And then his prayers were so deep and so sincere and so full of personal anguish. The Lord looked at him and said, "I'm your son. I've always been your son. You wake me up, you bathe me, you feed me, you put me to rest, you worship me. I'm your son. And someday you will understand." And so he was a little pacified. Of course, losing his son was such a great shock. Somehow he went on with his worship. And as time went on, and he was worshiping the deity very nicely every day. As time went on, time catches up to all of us. It's called the end of this sojourn in this material world. We use a formal word called death. But for the soul never dies. The body dies, the soul goes on. But we call it the end of the life. And so it was that time, and Govinda Ghosh left the body. So there were some, we say family members there, relatives. So they came, and he took his body. And then they were thinking, it is the tradition that the oldest son does the last rites for the departed father, departed relative. But there's no heir. There's no son. But then they remembered, well, Govinda Ghosh always said that Gopinath is his son. So that morning, when they woke up, they had dressed the deity in a beautiful, colorful outfit with all of the jewels and decorations and nice colors. But it's mentioned that when the son does the last rites, he wears white, puts on white. So they went into the deity room thinking, we'll bring the deity to be the auspicious, offerer of the last rites. So they went into the deity room, and it was amazing. That morning they had dressed the deity very colorfully. When they went into the deity room, Gopinath was wearing white. And even today, you can go. It's in March, middle of March. They have that ceremony for the departed Govinda Ghosh in a place called Agradweep. And I was there. We actually experienced the beauty of that holy place. And they say between 100,000, 200,000 people come for that ceremony just to see Gopinath. He's still there. That deity, yeah. So we can learn from this particular story, this particular pastime, how personal the Lord becomes when we take him into the home. He becomes like our son, like that. So worshiping the deity means actually you're in a position to be the parent of the Lord. We call it Vatsalya Ras. With that Ras, where you take care of the Lord's need. You feed him, you bathe him, you worship him, you wake him up, you put him to sleep. And even if you have some concerns on how to manage the family, you go in front of the deity and you present your situation to the Lord and you pray for him to reveal the answer. And it happens. Many times the Lord will, through the heart, will give the direction that will solve the problem like that. So this point is important to understand, that the Lord becomes a family member. But he's not simply a dependent family member, although he takes the position of dependence. He is actually the head of the family. In the sense that whatever we center our griha, our home, around the worship of the Lord, like that. And we pray. There are many, many wonderful examples. Shakshi Gopal, maybe you all have heard that story of Shakshi Gopal. It's a very long story, how two Brahmins, one older and one younger, from the same village, Vidyanagar, they traveled from Vidyanagar all the way to the Vrindavan to see Gopal, the Gopal deity in Vrindavan. And the elder Brahmin, he was wealthy, he came from a wealthy family, and the younger Brahmin was from a poor family. But they came together for this trip to Vrindavan, and the younger Brahmin took really good care of the older Brahmin. He cooked for him, he took care of all of his needs, he served him very nicely. So when they got to Vrindavan, they took darshan of Gopal, and the older Brahmin was really grateful for the service that he received from the younger Brahmin. So he said, I want to give you some gift. You have served me so nicely. I'm so benefited by your service and your association. I have a young, very qualified daughter. I want to give her to you for a wife. The younger Brahmin said, it'll never work. You are from a wealthy, aristocratic family. I have no aristocracy. I am simply a poor Brahmana. Your family members will not agree. He said, I am the head of the family, and whatever I decide, that is decision. But the younger Brahmin knew it wasn't going to work. But the older Brahmin wanted to give him. So he said, all right, if you want to make this promise to me, let us go in front of Gopal. And you make the promise in front of Gopal, the deity. So they stood in front of Gopal. The elder Brahmin said, my dear Gopal, I'm offering my very young and qualified daughter in marriage to this boy. Please be a witness to my promise. And then, after some time, they left and traveled back to the village. So after some time, this was maybe a year or so later, the younger Brahmin was thinking, I'm not so eager to get his daughter for my wife, but he made a promise in front of the Lord. And if he breaks his promise, that will be bad for him. He'll have to suffer for that. So he went and reminded the older Brahmin, what about the promise? He wasn't thinking of his own benefit. He was thinking of the welfare of the older Brahmin. Because if you make a promise in front of the Lord, that's very strong. That's not a promise, that's a vow. And so then the older Brahmin remembered, and he went to his family members and explained everything. His wife said, "Oh my God, you did that? You can't do that. You can't give our daughter to that boy. If you do that, I'll commit suicide." Hare Krishna. And then he had a son. His son said, "Never work. My sister can never get married to that boy. Never work." And so now he's stuck. His family members are against him. He made the promise. He doesn't know what to do. And then he's confused. And he said, "Well, I made the promise in front of Gopal, the deity of Vrindavan." And his wife, she was thinking, I'm going to commit suicide. His son was saying, you made a promise in front of the Gopal. Don't worry, it's just a statue, doesn't matter. He was atheistic. He had no bhakti at all. He had no understanding at all. And so the younger Brahmin came, and then the son chastised him. He said, you actually took advantage of my father. You took his money, you robbed him, and now you want to take my sister as your wife. He picked up a stick. And then the boy ran away, went and told the rest of the villagers what had happened. So they were trying to mediate, what is the situation? He has made this promise, and now he is breaking his promise. This will be very bad for him. So they went and they had a discussion, and then the younger Brahmin said, "Well, I will bring Gopal here as a witness." And the son was thinking, he's a deity. How's he going to bring this big deity? Gopal was big. Deity, and it's about 1,000 kilometers away. So he said, all right, everybody agreed. If Gopal comes and becomes the witness of this, then we'll agree to whatever Gopal says. So he traveled to Vrindavan, and he went back to the temple. He paid his obeisances to Gopal, and then he said, "My dear Lord, you remember the Brahmin, he made his promise to give me his daughter in marriage. Now he's no longer keeping his promise. I need you to become the witness. So please come." Gopal looked at him and said, "I'm a deity. How can I come?" He said, "If you can talk, you can walk." So Prabhupada described the story. He said Krishna was defeated. And then Gopal agreed. The deity agreed. And he said, all right, I will come and I will walk behind you. And every day you cook me 1 kilo of rice and you offer it to me. But you don't look back. You always look forward, and you'll know I'll be following you because you'll hear the sound of my ankle bells. So that was the agreement. The boy agreed. And so they traveled. And it took months to get back to Vidyanagar. And then when they were getting in the area of Vidyanagar, the Brahmana couldn't hear the ankle bells anymore. They stopped. And then he turned around to see if Gopal was still there, and he was standing there. And Gopal said, "Call everyone. This is as far as I go." So they called all the villagers, and then everyone came, along with the family members, and everyone understood that Gopal actually became and therefore he's called Shakshi Gopal, witness Gopal. So that deity is still there. He's not in that same area. The king of that area heard about this story and took that deity and built a temple for the deity about 6 miles from Jagannath Puri. So there's a temple there called Shakshi Gopal. You can see that same deity there. So the deity can walk, the deity can talk. I remember I was in Chicago. They used to call me the unresident resident sannyasi because I was never there. Officially a resident, but unofficially, well, one of the two. I wasn't designated as a official, but I used to spend time there. So this was in what year was this? This was in 1996. Maybe some of you remember this. That it was during the Chaturmasya when we fast from milk, and all around the world, people were offering the deities milk, and they were coming back and the cups were empty. You remember that? Yeah. The deities were drinking the milk. And this was happening not just in ISKCON temples, but in many of the temples in India and other places. So it happened also in Chicago. So one gentleman came into their temple, and I was there. He said, miracle, miracle, he's drinking the milk, miracle, miracle. I said, he does it every day. But this time, he is not leaving you any. When you offer whatever you offer to the Lord, Patro Pushpam Tayam Tayam Yome Bhakta Panasyati Taraham Bhakta Upartam Asnami. Asnami means I eat. Asnami Prayatat Manaha. The Lord actually eats, but he eats, all of his senses are interchangeable. He can eat from his ears, he can eat from his eyes. Any part of the body has the propensity to be used in any other way of other limbs of the body. The Lord's senses are interchangeable. And so I was telling this gentleman not to get so excited. I said, you should understand that actually he's not as merciful as he usually is, because you're not getting anything this time. He couldn't catch that one, but anyway. But so the deity is there. If you see the deity as simply stone, wood, or some worshipable, then you're not seeing. You're seeing materially. To see spiritual means it's called Shastra Chakshush. Seeing through the eye of knowledge, seeing through the eye of scripture, seeing through the eye of the pure devotees. That's how we should see things. Therefore, the scriptures say that the holy name of the Lord is Krishna, and the deity is also Krishna, non-different than Krishna. So the Lord appears in this age in two forms, is the worshipable deity and in the holy name. And out of the two, the more powerful is the holy name. We worship the deity, we purify ourselves. Prabhupada gave us deity worship on a very high level, which was not done before throughout Western culture. But he did it just to help us come to the platform where we could actually chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, because in order to get the benefits of chanting, one has to chant free from offenses. And by worshiping the deity, we can purify our consciousness, because the deity is the Lord, and therefore we can actually see the Lord in his deity form and take his darshan, offer prayers to him, and serve him. And by doing that, we actually start to develop what is called Brahminical qualities, the qualities that are necessary for the mood of worship, proper mood of worship. These are the good qualities of the living entities, which is the nature of the soul. And so, to welcome the deity into the home means to actually bring the Lord into the home and to make the home a mandir, a place of worship. And the Lord agrees to come into someone's home when he sees that person is serious about their devotional service. And then the Lord will put himself in the position of being subordinate and accepting worship in order to give mercy and purification to those who worship him. So the deity is a mercy manifestation of the Lord. Very kind. Very kind. But we should not take advantage of that. So in worshiping the deity, there are two very essential principles. There's actually three, but two are the foremost, and that is punctuality, regularity in the worship, and cleanliness. And in order to keep a standard of punctuality and cleanliness, we should follow the third principle, which is simplicity. Keep the worship in the range where you can do it nicely. If you go too gorgeous in your worship, you may not be able to keep your standard. And if you set a standard and then you drop the standard, that is considered a discretion in the worship. So establish a standard that you can keep and make sure everything is what we say, as Prabhupada would say, not clean, revolutionary clean, beyond cleanliness. And that's the essence of the practice of worshiping the deity, these two principles. Punctuality and cleanliness, like that. And that worshiping the Lord will help you in your family affairs, and at the same time help you also to purify your consciousness, so when you chant the holy names of the Lord, then the mercy of the holy name will be more and more available through the worship of the deity. So, and Prabhupada wanted to give this mercy to everyone, so he established Krishna temples all around the world, which is never done before. Never done. And he was criticized for that, saying, how can the Malachas, those who were born in Western culture, worship the Lord? He was criticized for that, but he understood that if they follow the process given of bhakti, then they can also qualify themselves for worshiping the Lord. Mm-hmm. So we want to congratulate the family of Manas and his good wife Niti for accepting this service and bringing the Lord into their home. And now the home becomes a mandir, a place of worship. Okay, so there's so much we can say about deity worship. But I'll summarize by saying that if you have deities in your home, make sure you keep these two principles very strong. And devotion is ultimately the principle of motivation for everything we do. We want to keep everything clean, everything on time, and also offer your food to the Lord. When you're about to eat, don't simply accept food without offering it to the Lord, and always offer to the Lord what is offerable. You can't offer things that are outside of the mode of goodness. That means foods that are, what we say, in the modes of passion and ignorance, and that's described in the Bhagavad Gita. So foods in the mode of goodness are milk products, fruits, vegetables, legumes, grains, like that. These are the foods that can be offered like that, and cooked nicely. When you're cooking, you shouldn't be thinking, well, I'll be eating this. We should be thinking, I want to make it so nice that the Lord will accept my offering. And if he accepts your offering, then that becomes prasad, and when prasad means the mercy of the Lord. And by taking prasad, we become purified in consciousness, and that pushes us along the process of bhakti like that. Prasadam is Krishna in the form of transcendental foodstuffs. Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, we can take some questions if anybody has any.
Questions?
Yes.
we have questions? Okay.
Maharaj, Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam. So Maharaj, wonderful class. So you mentioned, Maharaj, you mentioned one point where we can, it is not, we suppose not to lower the standard. If we increase the standard in the beginning and because of some other services, we should not lower the standard. If some days we are busy with some other services and we are not able to catch up with the services which we are already doing for our deities, in that scenario, is this an offense or it should be considered by merciful Lord? Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur ki Jai. Gauranga, Nityananda, Gauranga, 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 Nityananda, 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 Nanda, Nityananda, oh my God, Hari Bol.
Nityananda, Gauranga, 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 Gauranga. Jai Sri Sri Gaur Nitai ki Jai.
So I was asked to do something that it's not so easy to do.
You already have the mic. You don't need. You are
Okay. I'm doubly connected. So part of the bringing the deities is to naming the deities. So can you see their other two arms that are not up?
Yes, Maharaj. Yes, Maharaj.
They're a little close together. Move them a little apart so you can see the other arm. You can see that arm is going down on the side. Just a little bit there. So they're dancing. So Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda have three particular poses. One is like this, which you see, many deities are like this. And then there's like this. And then the third one is like this. So this is dancing. This is ecstatic dancing. And this means full mercy. So in this one, they're dancing ecstatically. So I asked them, what's your name? And I think they told me. I hope. So I hope you'll, huh?
Deities can talk, they can walk.
Yeah, but not always we can hear it. You have to be qualified to hear. But I was meditating on it, trying to think, and they're dancing ecstatically, so I thought the perfect name would be Nitai Gaur Nataraj.
Jai Nitai Gaur Nataraj ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Nataraj ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Nataraj ki Jai. His Holiness Chandramauli Swamy Maharaj ki
Jai.
And they're inviting you to dance also.
Hari Bol.
So the question came as what Mataji is asking is that establishing a standard and then due to situations not be able to keep the standard. It's not good. So make allowances for these emergency situations or unavoidable situations. And if possible, you can ask someone to do the worship when you're not able to. If you have family members, you can also teach them like that. But we try to keep the standard because it's important.
Okay, Maharaj, thank you.
Okay.
Hare Krishna.
There was another question I saw somewhere. Sri Devi.
Mataji, I think it's a question. Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Guru Maharaj, for such a wonderful class, teaching us the value and the importance of deity worship. So, Sri Sri Gaur Nitai are very merciful and they don't accept any offenses.
But don't make any. That's the point. It doesn't mean they don't accept that you can make offenses. No, it's not like that. So if you commit an offense, you should simply chant the holy names of the Lord. And that will help to eradicate the reactions of those offenses. Seriously chant.
So Guru Maharaj, when you say keep it simple, like how simple can it be so that you can maintain that level of worship?
1 arti a day and regular offerings of food and keep it clean, that would be sufficient.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that would be enough for at least the basics. If you want to do more, that's fine, but make sure you can maintain whatever you establish.
So 1 arti a day, offer your food, and
of course, wake them up and put them to sleep. Yeah.
Yes, good. Thank you very much.
You can have beds, that's nice. Yeah, I mean, there's some homes they do really, really elaborate deity worship. Others do simple. But the point is, it's the standard that whatever you establish should be maintained.
And arti meaning from the blowing of the conch shell to offering the 5 upacharas, like that? That's...
You can do a duparti if you can't do that. Duparti means incense, lamp, and flower.
Flowers.
Or sometimes incense, flower, and charmara. And that's called duparti.
Thank you.
Okay.
That's one question.
Any other questions somewhere? Yes.
So, in our society, we have various levels of devotees, like they chant few rounds, lot of rounds, like that. What stage one invites deities to home?
Minimum 4 rounds. And permission from the spiritual master. You should ask the spiritual master whether you can bring the deity in. I'll give you an example. Husband and wife. The husband is initiated, he's chanting 16 rounds. His guru gives him permission. The wife, she's chanting 1 round, or she's not chanting at all. So can you bring it in into that situation? I came across that situation a couple of times. I asked certain authorities and they said minimum for the wife would be 4 rounds. That's called a sankalpa. Sankalpa means a vow. So she's not up to the standard of 16, but in order for her to keep the worship going, maybe the husband is also not there all the time, she can do it, but she has to chant at least 4 rounds. That's the minimum standard.
Another question is, how deity worship will help us in our spiritual life? Is it, initially we have a lot of enthusiasm. We are attracted by, like, somebody has deities, okay, let me have deities too. But fast forward 6 months, 1 year, it's sometimes devotees may not be that much enthusiastic.
Well, that's a deficiency. Just like you get married and you love your wife and husband, and then you get married, and after 3 years, you can't stand each other anymore. You're fighting. So you go back 3 years to where it was in the beginning, and you remember those times, and that solves the problem. It should anyway. So yeah, this is the nature of the conditioned soul. They get enthusiastic about something, and as time goes on, they get tested, and based on the test, or as life changes, they lose their initial enthusiasm. But you can't do that in Krishna consciousness. Your enthusiasm should only be increasing. If you're following the process, it will naturally increase. So if you're chanting nicely, you will still be enthusiastic in your deity worship, and you'll think, how can to make the deity worship even nicer? It's all based on your chanting. So you should not sacrifice your japa in order for you to find time for other things. Japa is the basis. Prabhupada used the word vigraha, which means deity, and glahagraha. Glahagraha means burden. So he said, the deity will become like glahagraha if you don't chant. It'll become a burden. So keep that chanting going. And that will purify you and help you come to the mode of goodness, which is the standard by which you can worship the Lord nicely, properly. That means the qualities of the mode of goodness. Simplicity, humility, tolerance, equipoise in happiness and distress, cleanliness, truthfulness, knowing the scriptures. These are some of the principles of the mode of goodness. Mataji?
Hare Krishna Maharaj, thank you so much for the very nectarian class. So I just had a question about when one travels. So sometimes if you're going out for a long time, you may be able to give service to another devotee. But what if you're just traveling for a day or two? And then do we see, like sometimes the thought comes that are we bothering the deities by displacing them and their whole paraphernalia? If it's a day or two, can we leave them at home? Because some devotees advise you can put them to rest. I want to know from you what is the best practice.
For a day or two, it's not really recommended to put the deities to rest. If you're going on a long trip, say 2 weeks or more, then that would probably be appropriate. But I've seen in many cases that they take their deities and find a friend and say, can you take care of my deities along with yours? And they put them on their altar. And that's another option you could use.
But if it is just a couple days, then, and if all the friends are also traveling, like for example, Sadhu Sangha festival, we have a lot of devotees traveling.
Then you can just pray to the Lord and I'll be back in 2 days.
So, okay. All right. Thank you, Maharaj.
I mean, we have to be practical.
Okay.
We have to be practical. But if you could hire a Brahmin to do the worship, that would be good also.
Thank you, Maharaj.
There's another question somewhere here.
Food outside, food offer kare, sweet bit outside नहीं लाने offer करे, fruits नहीं तो कराए, sweet के बोले outside बने लीजिए भाई.
Yeah, so Prabhuji is asking a question in Hindi, Maharaj, about usually like fruits, of course we bring from outside and we offer, but sweets specifically, if somebody is making outside sweets, are those something that we can offer?
I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. I would only that is cooked by devotees. not from outside. If you buy stuff outside, just offer it in your mind and you take it yourself. Don't give it to the deities. But try to avoid that. If you really want to purify your consciousness, taking prasadam is one of the best ways. If we take food from the outside, especially grains, we pick up the karma of the people who prepare those grains. And then a lot of times devotees have difficulty in their life because they are accepting that karma also from outside. A lot of times they have what they say bad dreams, or they find it difficult to chant like that. So yeah, avoid that. Try to be strict when it comes to eating. Take only food that's offered to the deity, or maybe not the deity, at least to Srila Prabhupada anyway, or to your spiritual master.
Thank you, Maharaj. Okay, so I think we are a little behind schedule, so I think we'll pause questions here and we'll move forward with Arati. Yes.
Okay, thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yes.
Can I stand? Someone else? I only need one mridanga player. Okay. Okay. Karta. Okay, Gaur Arti. Oh, they're handcuffs.
Another setup.
Yeah.
Bigger thread.
Kiva Jayo Jaya Gaur Chande Arati Ke Soba
Jaya Gaur Chande Arati Kushobha
Kiva Jayo Jaya Gaur Chande Arati Ke Soba
Kiva Jaya Chande Arati Kushobha
Have Santavane
Jagamanalobhavane Jagamanalobha
Akini Arichan Bhame Gudhara
Ibadaki Renitai Chan Bhame Gadadhara
Nekateya Sveta Srini Vasa Chatra
Ekate Advaita Shri मनसा चक्रधारा
Hoshe Ashri Gaurachan Ratna Simhadhari
Shiva Boshi Ache Gaurachan Ratna Simhasane
Aroti Kho Raina Brahma Hare Deva Dhani
Arati Kore Naram
Follow him. Follow him.
Adi Devagane
Hari Hari Kore Chamaradu Hari
Shivanara Hari Adi Kori Chamara Dhulaya
Sanjayamu Kunda Vasu Ghoshari Ghaya
Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Goshadi Gaya
Bhaje Kantu Bhaje Bhajikar Dhara
Shiva Shankar
Bhaje
Bhaje Bhaje Karatala
Madhuram Virdanga Bhaje Bharamavasara
Madhura Vedanga
Bhaje
Paramarasala
Shankha Bhaje Kantha Bhaje Madhu Madhu Madhur Bhaje
Shanka Bhaje Hanta Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje
Shankha Bhaje Kantha Bhaje Madhu Madhu Madhur Bhaje
Hanta Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje
Shankha Bhaje Kantha Bhaje Madhu Madhu Madhur Bhaje
Hanta Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje
Shankha Bhaje Kantha Bhaje Madhu Madhu Madhur Bhaje
Hanta Bhaje Ganta Bhaje Madhur 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 Bhaje
Hari Bol Hari Bol
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol
Hari Bol
Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari
Jaya Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Jai Gaura Nitai
Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Jaya Gaura Nitai
Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Jai Gaura Nitai
Jaya Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai Gaura Nitai
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol
Hari Bol
Hari Bol Hari Bol
Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari
Babaho Koti Chandra Dine Vadarahud
Shiva Bahu Koti Chandra Dine Vadana Ujala
Bharab Desh Vanha Mala Kore Jala
Ala dese bana mala Kore jalamala
Viva Sukha Naha Preme Gadu
Shiva Shiva Sukana Radha Preme Gada Gada
Bhakati Vinora Dekhe Dhora Sambhaya
Bhakati Vinoda Dekhe Dhora Sambhaya
Shiva Jaya Jai Bhoga Gandhe Bharati Ke
Shiva Jaya
Jaya Bhoga Gandhe Bharati Ke Hari Dandhavane Jagavana Ghorangeya Hoti Shobha Jagadharmana Shobha 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 Hari Bho, Hari Bho, Hari Bho, Hari Bho. Nitai Gaur Hari Bho, Hari Bho, Hari Bho, Hari Bho. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Krishna Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi
Gaur
Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda
Hey, Nitai
Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi
Gaur
Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda
Hey, Nitai
Shri Advaita Gadadhara
Sivasadi Gaur
Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Giridhar Shiva Sari Gaur Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Prabhu Nityananda
Hey Nitai
Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Hare Hare
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Ho
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Ho Ho
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Hey
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Ho Ho
Hare Rama Hare Rama
Hey
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Ho
Krishna
Ho Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Nitai Nitai
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Bolo Bolo
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Faster
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama
Ho!
Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare
Faster
Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Oh,
Hare Rama,
hey,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Radha.
Hare Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Whoa!
Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Gauranga, 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 Nityananda, 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 Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, 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 Nityananda, 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 Nitai, 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 Nitai Gauranga, 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 Jai Sachinandana, 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 Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai Gauranga, Nitai, 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 Nitai Gauranga, Nitai, 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 oh, Nitai, 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 Nitai Gauranga, Nitai, 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 Nitai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare. Hare Krishna. Nitai Gaur. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare Namah Krishna Yadavaya Namah Hare. Hare Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namah. Hare Hare Namah Krishna Yadavaya Namah Hare. Hare Hare Namah Krishna Yadavaya Namah. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha. Gopal Govindaram Sri Madhusudan. Gopal Govindaram Sri Madhusudan. Gopal Govindaram Sri Madhusudan. Giridhari Gopinath Madan Mohan. Giridhari Gopinath Madan Mohana. Giridhari Gopinath Mohan. Giridhari Gopinath Madan Mohana. Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Sri Advaita Sita. 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 Hari Guru Vaishnava Bhagavata Gita. 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 Sri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha. Sri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha. Sri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunatha. Sri Rupa Sanatana. Sri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Bhatta Raghunatha. Sri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Bhatta Raghunatha. Hare Hare Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namah Hare.
Hare Hare Rama Krishna Hare Rama Hare Hare Madhavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha Hare Madhavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare Faster, faster, faster. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hey Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Hey Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Hey Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Hey Sri Sri Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Hey Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Hey Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Hey Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai Hey Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Hey Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai.
Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai.
Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna
Gauranga Gauranga Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Hare Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namah Hare. Hare Hare Nama Krishna Yadavaya Namah Hare. Hare Madhavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namah Hare. Hare Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan.
Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan.
Okay.
Hari Gopinath Madana Mohan.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Ram Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare. Nitai Gaur. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama 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 Hare. Nitai Gaur. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Gaur Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Hari Jaya Prabhupada. Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Jai Jai Prabhupada, 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 Prabhupada. Hup, 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 Nitai go Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Hari Bo, Nitai go Hari Bo. Go Premanande, Viva! Jai Prabhupada Ki, Shri Harinam Sankirtan Ki, Nitai, 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 Gaur Premanande. Haribo!
जय ओम विष्णुपाद प्रमुख परवितिकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी शिल प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद प्रमुख परवितिकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज की नमाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम जी श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की मायापुरी धाम की वृंदावन धाम की इस्कॉन सिंसिनाटी धाम की इस्कॉन सिंसिनाटी धाम की इस्कॉन सिंसिनाटी धाम की भक्ति देवी की गंगा देवी की वृंदा देवी की गौर प्रेमानंदी all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to the assembled devotees all glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga Srila Prabhupada ki
Namaste Narasingha
Namaste Narasingha
Namaste Narasingha Pulhara Haya Daine Hiranya Kashi Purvaksha Shila Tankana Kalai Hitona Simha Taratona Singho Yatoy Yatoy Amita Tona Simha Tahir Simho Rida Haina Singho Another thing Hamadim Sharanam Papade Tavatas Kamalava Kam Havuta Sringham Dalita Hiranya Kasipu Dhanu Bringham Kesavadita Narahari Rupa Kairanga Dhisahase Jai Rangadisa Hey 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 Jai Rangadisa Hey Kama hanging a kama buta singham Kali tahi hanya kasipu Kanu bringham Kaya savani tha Dharahari rupa Jai Rangadi Sahai Jai Rangadi Sahai Jai Rangadi Sahai Ra 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 ra. Hai hai ke savadi tha narari rupa jai ragadi sahai jai ragadi sahai jai ragadi sahai
केशवधृता नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
Jai Nisringate 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 Jai Nisringate Jai Nisringate 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 Jai Nisringate Jai Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jai Prahlad Maharaj Jai Jai Prahlad Maharaj Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jai Prahlad Maharaj Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol Hari Bol Gaur Hari Bol Sri Sri Bhagavan Hey Prahlad Maharaj Hey Nitai 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 Go to Primarande
Hari 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 Bol. So Maharaj was saying deities spoke to him, he heard, right? So the deities were named Sri Sri Gaur Nitai, right? And Maharaj taught us how to do ecstatic Sankirtan with the deities. So let's chant Hari Bol loudly 3 times for Guru Maharaj. Hari Hari Bol. It says like the mercy flows through the Guru Parampara, right? So the mercy of the deities, mercy of Srila Prabhupada flows through the Acharya. So here today we have His Holiness Chandramauli Swamy Maharaj, and he taught us how to receive the mercy of the deities and of our Guru Parampara. And like we say, Sadhu Sangha Sarva Shastra ka hai, Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha Sarva Siddhi hoy. So we were blessed to have 2 days of association of Maharaj. That Lava Matra, now I realize that Lava Matra is 3 days, yes. That Lava Matra, actually the Shastra says only 1/11th of a second. But we got 3 days of mercy. And that love, now I realize actually that love is to develop the love of God, which we learned how to develop the love of God through the Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha. Hari Hari Bol! Yes, there is offer that anybody wants 4th day of mercy. Yes, the mercy will just continue to flow. Like we said, Maharaj has been instrumental along with His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj. Many decades ago, they set the foundation for ISKCON Cincinnati. So that mercy has been flowing and it will continue to flow for 10,000 years. Hari Hari Bol. Okay, so today on this very auspicious occasion, we also have Prashadam that has been sponsored by, we have a wonderful devotee family, His Grace Adi Guru Prabhu and Anandini Mataji. They celebrated their anniversary day before yesterday. So let's, Hari Bol. And today happens to be the birthday of Her Grace Anandini Gopika Mataji. So let's chant Hari Bol for her.
Pragya Mataji's birthday is also there.
Pragyan Mataji's birthday. Hari Bol for Pragyan Mataji. And I just got to know that our one of the founding fathers of ISKCON Cincinnati is also His Grace Nandakumar Prabhu and Mataji. They are celebrating their 52nd anniversary today. Hari Bol. See, so Hari Bol. So Mataji's, Prabhuji's, where are they all? They are all hiding behind the mercy. Come on, please come. Anandini Gopika Mataji, Prabhuji, Anand Kumar Prabhuji, Mataji, everybody. So I wanted to say. So the Prasadam has also been sponsored. Adi Guru Prabhu, Prasadam has been also sponsored very graciously. Today, Sri Sri Nitai Gaur Nataraj's mercy is flowing. So the mercy, usually the sponsorships is only $251. Today, the mercy has been flowing abundantly. We have a very, very generous donor, Anandini Mataji's sister, Namita Mataji. They don't live in Cincinnati. They live in Cleveland, right? And they are sponsoring on behalf of Mataji's birthday. They have sponsored $1,001. Hari Bol. Please come, Mataji. All of you.
Prabhu, this birthday is celebrated by the friends. So I recommend all the friends, Mataji, all the friends. All the friends.
Mataji, we have enough cakes. Please come fast. But wasn't that awesome? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hari Hari Bol.
Mahaprasade Govinde, Nama Brahmani Vaishnave, Swalpa Punyavatam Rajan, Vishwasa Naiva Jayate, Sharira Vidyajal, Jonendriya Tahika, Jive Phale Vishaya Sagare,
जीवे फले विषय सागरे
तारामध्ये जीवाती
तारामध्ये जीवाते
लोभोमशो दुर्माते
लोभोमय दुर्माते
काके जेता कठीण संसारे
काके जेता कठीण संसारे
कृष्णा बडो दयामय
कृष्ण बडो दयामय
कारी वारे जीवा जाय
कारी वारे जीवा जाय
स्वप्रसाद दिलो भाई
स्वप्रसाद दिलो भाई
श्री अन्नामृत पाव
श्री अन्नामृत पाव
श्री राधा कृष्ण गुण गाओ
राधा कृष्ण गुण गाओ
प्रेमे दाखो श्री चैतन्य निताय
प्रेमे राखो श्री चैतन्य निताय
जय माय जय निताय
जय माय जय निताय
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य
प्रभु नित्यानंद
प्रभु नित्यानंद
श्री अद्वैत गदाधर
श्री अद्वैत गदाधर
श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद
श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद
हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण
हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण
कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे
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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे
हरे राम हरे राम
हरे राम हरे राम
राम राम हरे हरे
राम राम हरे हरे
श्री श्री निताय गौर नटराज महाप्रसाद की हरि बोल।
आपका और अनंत प्रभु जी का पूरा टेस्ट था